Sure you will, Jack.
This seems like a good idea. I'm sure I'm sure it'll be fine. Actually, no, this is a better idea. Uh-oh. I forgot parachutes. All right, everybody. So I thought we'd do a Kerbal Space Program 2 video this time, and we're gonna go to the moon. So we're gonna start a new campaign. I'm gonna turn on Unbreakable Joints because they're a little bit goofy at the moment. All right, campaign name, Cheese. MSSA. That's the Multiple Sclerosis Space Agency. So, I like this flag. And then for our colors, I like a dark gray, and then red. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna build a rocket, and then we're gonna go to the moon. We're gonna send a one-man crew to the moon, so we're gonna use this tiny pod. Before I forget, because I have a very bad habit of this, a parachute on that pod. Then I'm gonna put a small decoupler. So this is basically setting up our stages of the rocket, and you go from last to first. So that looks good. We're gonna use a small reaction wheel. It's basically like a gyro, so it helps stabilize the rocket when you're changing directions. And then what I want underneath that is a small monopropellant tank, and the monopropellant is what fuels these RCS thrusters. So that's how you change your pitch and everything in space. That's looking good. Okay, so that'll be our return ship. Now we're gonna use a medium decoupler here. Throw a somewhat stubby fuel tank. We'll use this guy. We'll be fine. Okay. So that'll be our landing. So now let's come back here and get ourselves another decoupler. Let's get ourselves a medium reaction wheel. Throw some more RCS thrusters on this thing. One of these long boy medium fuel tanks. A mainsail engine that gives us a thrust to weight ratio of 1.3. Not terrible, not great, and about 7,507 meters a second of delta V. Pretty much everything's measured in delta V in space travel, and delta V meaning change in velocity. So how much change in velocity you need to, do what you're trying to do. I want to grab some large control surfaces. Let's change that to. And then what we're going to do is come over here and use some of these radial decouplers. We'll use some solid rocket boosters. Oh, I'm an idiot. We need legs. That should be pretty good. So let's go to the launch pad and let's go to the moon. Boom. All right, and we're off. Ooh, what are you doing? Oh no. Some small control surfaces and some more struts. A lot of testing goes into this. So if you watch that delta V number there, it's going down right now, but as we cut through the atmosphere, it's going to go up. I should mention I am by no means a physicist. But yeah, about 3,000 meters, I'm going to start doing our gravity turn, so we're getting close. That's a lot more stable. Okay, so yeah, we're a little wobbly, but we're just going to start tilting over so we can build up some lateral velocity. Almost completely out of the atmosphere. The hard control part is over. We've got a pretty good apoapsis already of 82,000 feet, so we're just going to keep that. So we'll be there in 2 minutes. Let's go to the map. So by tilting over, I got us pretty far that way, but we're still going to crash. So what I'm going to do is use this button here to tilt us prograde, and then we're going to wait until we get a little bit closer to the apoapsis. The most change you're ever going to make if you're going for efficiency is either at the apoapsis or the periapsis, so the opposite. Once we're about 45 seconds out, we'll start this burn. There we go. So now we're burning prograde, which means in the direction that you're going. And we can see this isn't changing that much, but that is changing quite a lot. So I'm hoping we should level out about 100,000 meters on the apoapsis and the periapsis by the time we get there. All right, looking good there. I'm gonna time warp to the apoapsis again just to grow out that, get the periapsis a little higher because it's only at 53,000 meters, whereas this is at 106. So again, shift prograde. All right, it's a good looking orbit. So there's multiple ways you can get to the moon. One of the ways you can do it is with maneuver nodes. So for instance, if I use this maneuver node and let's say we're just going to burn prograde, you can see eventually we're going to get an encounter with the moon and get captured into its sphere of influence, but we're going to do it the easy way because the maneuver nodes are a little broken right now. So the trick is pretty much as you're orbiting around, because we're using the Earth's gravity, or Kerbal as it's called in this game, we're using its gravity to sort of slingshot us towards the moon. So as we come around back, we're going to launch forward, and we're going to do that pretty much just as we see the moon come over the horizon. So I'm going to time warp to about here. All right, there's the moon. So we're returning prograde. Let's go to the map view again and start our burn. See, so we're at the periapsis, directly affecting the apoapsis. If we did that here, it would shift the apoapsis there, there, there. And there's our encounter. All right, so we're gonna time warp until we're a little bit closer. Okay, and now we are captured by the moon sphere of influence, but we're still going too fast. We're gonna bounce right out of it. So what I'm gonna do now is firstly point the ship retrograde. So we'll wait until we spin around and we're gonna hold retrograde and we'll time warp to about here. So now we need to slow down quite a lot to get us on track to go to the moon. So throttle up. Tell you what, we will actually use a maneuver node here. All right, 5 seconds. We need 120 meters a second of delta V. Boom. So 662 meters a second is pretty fast. Light this guy. We want to land probably around no more than 10 meters a second. So we'll see our shadow soon. And as you can kind of see there, we started going the other direction for a second. Little bounce. No! How could I be out of mono propellant? We're gonna go back to the we're gonna go back to the VAB for a second. We're gonna try and touch this thing down nice and gently and not bounce this time. That's gonna be the move. This looks like a cool spot, actually. Let's crank up the throttle. A little, come on. Okay, we're just gonna roll with it. Yeah, so here we are on the moon. All right, let's plant our flag. Site name, moon. One small step for S. One giant leap for Myelin. Your hands aren't exactly moving there. Oh, is this? Okay, there we go. All right, so there we did it. We landed. Let's get back now. Well, this one I can tilt upwards. Yeah, see, we're okay. All right, let's go home. Whee! Same principle as before. Play. And start burning to get some lateral velocity, and we'll check our map. And let's warp to right here. The good news is for us right now that re-entry heat is not a thing. So there we go. We're gonna time warp a lot. And with the amount of fuel we have, we probably want to wait until the apoapsis of Earth's gravity. Bring it on home. Okay, so you can see that I've got myself a nice little return trajectory. Thankfully, atmospheric heating is not a thing, so we don't need a heat shield or have to worry about our angle too much. So let's eject that stage, and now we're just gonna time warp a little bit until we get a little lower. Oh yeah, we would be ablaze right now. Bill's looking like he is. He's having a good time. There we go. Now we have a nice, gentle cruise down to the water. And there we go. We are back from the moon. Sinking currently, but it's fine. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you want, leave a comment if you want, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.